Working. Dr. Kenny, whenever you're ready.
All right. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to Unification Thursdays. We're actually having full Thursday event for our New York chapter. As you are aware, we have unified both New York State and also New York City. So, this is the first unification in NASW history. And we decided to do a member exclusive event, which this is one today, where you can actually meet the staff. We will go over the various things that we do. What are some of the new things on the horizon? How we can support the work that you are doing out there in the field. And we'll just have like a general conversation as we move forward. So I am Dr. Shakara Kennedy. I am the executive director for NASW New York. And I actually started January 8th of 2024. I can't believe I've already made a year. And it's been really just an amazing opportunity for me to meet members, to meet students, emerging professionals, and also working with this amazing staff that I have that you will also get to meet. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our professional development coordinator, Megan DuBois.
Yes, hi everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Dr. Kennedy. As she said, my name is Megan DuBois. I'm the Professional Development Coordinator here at NASW New York. In the grand scheme of things, I'd say I'm fairly new to the team. I joined in February, but I hopped right in. And my primary role is to coordinate continuing education programming through the chapter. And I just wanted to take some of this time to share where you can find our continuing education programming and walk you through it a little bit. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, you should be able to see that. So here I have on our website, I'll share this link in the chat as well, so you can pull it up and follow along with me. But on our website here, there's a professional development tab at the top, and there's a continuing education tab, so you can click that. And there you can find all our upcoming continuing education, which is really great. Right now we have programming scheduled here through October. And on the right side, you'll see a reminder. And this is a reminder that NASW New York members actually receive 12 CE credits throughout the year, which means if you're looking to renew your license, you can earn up to 36 credits over your 3-year license renewal period, all included in your membership, which is really exciting. It's a great perk to have that you don't have to pay for all the 36 credits needed to renew your license. And so far this year in 2025, we've actually already offered 17 free CE programs, and we have more on the way. We have 2 scheduled in September, 1 in October, 1 in November, and 1 in December. But right now, as you can see, we have all of these posted through October. So you can go in, see which one interests you. For example, maybe click on this one. Once when you go in, you'll see the workshop description, the date, the time, the learning objectives, how many CE credits it's offering, the fees, and you can learn more about the presenter. And then if this is a workshop you're interested in, you can click register here and it will take you through the CE Institute where you can register. And then from there, if you do want to register for this program, it's as simple as adding it to your cart, logging in and checking out. So it's like a normal online shopping platform, which is really exciting. Everyone's familiar. I'm like a huge online shopper, so this should be a familiar process to add it to your cart and then check out within your cart at the top right. So that's our CE programs that we're offering. And then you might be wondering like where we find our continuing education presenters, or maybe you want to be a continuing education presenter yourself. We also have this on the website. So again, under professional development, continuing education, and then become a CE presenter. And we have an open call for CE proposals. We're looking for presenters who offer diverse, engaging, and practice relevant workshops, and they can range from 1 to 15 CE hours. And if you're interested in becoming a presenter, you can apply on our website. So you see basically the submit the form is all over this, so it's easy to find. There's a link here, there's a link here, there's a link here, and once you click into that, it'll bring you to this SurveyMonkey form, and we review this on a rolling basis, but you could be a part of our 2026 CE calendar if you're interested, as we're planning this now. And we've launched the Continuing Education Task Force, where actually our members themselves are planning the 2026 CE calendar. And the goal is really to ensure that social workers directly shape the kinds of programming that they themselves want to see and hear, with a strong focus on diversity and inclusion. And we'll be reopening applications for the CE Task Force in winter 2026, likely in February. So if you're interested in planning our continuing education calendar, keep an eye out for that CE Task Force application because it's a really great opportunity to get involved. So yeah, I encourage you to open the website, sign up for some CE programs, get involved, whether it's attending a CE program, presenting a CE program, or becoming a task force member. With that, I'll pass it over to the policy team. Thanks, everyone.
Hey y'all, I am Gideon Massa. I am policy coordinator here at NASW New York, along with Amanda Presley, who's here. Yeah, I've been with NASW New York for a couple months now. It's been since April, so I'm also quite new. But as Dr. Kennedy said, it's been really a blessing. I'm really happy to be doing nonprofit work and helping people. It makes me really feel motivated at my job. So I'm going to pass it to Amanda really quickly, and I'm also going to share my screen because we have a little presentation for y'all.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for finding time to connect with all the staff today. I started around a year ago, just August 2024. I'm the policy coordinator as well, focusing on upstate. And we've done some really amazing things in the last year, and we're really excited to show you some of the things that we've been working on. And so we have our main page here. This was our amazing 60th anniversary of Medicaid rally that was outside of City Hall, that we got to attend with some of our new division directors and also members of our PACE and AGR committee. And so with that, let's get into it. Gideon, go on to the next screen. Great,
Yes.
so go ahead.
Excuse me. So we've been to a few rallies and marches so far during this summer. I was at the ADA March for disabilities with the big beautiful bill. Things are getting pretty scary for Medicaid, so that felt really good to participate in. And there were plenty of nonprofits and other organizations that I was able to talk with a lot about how they're approaching these more tough subjects that are going on in government right now and federally what's happening. It was a really good opportunity for me, and I'll pass it to Amanda for hers.
Yeah, it's nice to be out there and support these groups that are continually mobilizing different advocates and members of the disability community, members of the LGBTQ plus community, doctors, just everyone you can imagine is showing out to fight for things like Medicaid and basic rights for more vulnerable populations, which is what we've really been trying to focus on, things that align with the social work profession. And so we went to the 60th anniversary of Medicaid, Gideon went to the ADA March, and with that, we're still looking continually for events that align with the work that we do. And so we're always open if any of the members have an event going on in their area, we're always open to pop in, and travel and go see some members or call for other members to go to that area. So yeah, we're really excited about getting into the community this past summer. But let's go on to the next one. Okay, so the policy corner is something that we have started in the last few months, and we've been getting some members looking to engage with the policy corner a lot more lately, which is nice. And this is basically the source of news for social workers coming from NASW. It goes out every Monday, so that serves as kind of your weekly update on what happened last week or what happened in the past month that maybe your organization or your social work peers may need to look out for, or maybe there's an action alert that's coming out, that people need to pay attention to that we'll put notice for. And lately, we put out our CAD save the date because our capital action day will be February 10th. And so anything that is going on at the chapter, that is where it will lie, is the policy corner. So Gideon, click on the latest update and we'll go through one of the, most recent ones that we sent out to members. So here, there was federally a Federal Register comments period of around a school-based mental health grant. And that was including only psychologists, and it wasn't a well-rounded grant to include psychologists and social workers and counselors. And so we did put out an alert. And, when we initially put out that alert, there were 50 comments on the Federal Register. And then, by the end of the period, when it was due, there were actually well over 1,000. So that was nice that social workers, really made an impact and gave feedback on that. But yeah, let's just scroll through that, Gideon, and give them a picture of kind of what we have been putting out there.
Yeah, there's tons of information that we send out in the policy corner every Monday. So I know many of you are getting them as well. We're getting a lot of feedback in general. So yeah, that's where you can find all the best news, I'd say, for social work in general if you're part of NASW. Excuse also all of my tabs. I understand there are a few there. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so anything that, you see going on in your community that you feel like NASW members need to know about this, I'm always receptive to receiving different events going on in your community that are related to advocacy, or if you see, something like that school-based mental health grant come out federally, then we want members to know. So if you email Gideon and I some content that you think needs to be shared, then we're always receptive to adding that to the corner. All right, next one.
Yeah, so to just discuss community engagement a bit, Amanda and I, are going to plenty of events in general, while we are, or to advocate mostly for NASW. So just to speak of one recently, if you see at the bottom there, the big table that says NASW, I was recently at an event called the Queens Against Kings, summit, engagement summit, and basically it was a bunch of nonprofits coming together to discuss and to table towards the public in Queens. One of our members of PACE, which we're going to discuss very soon, actually was one of the people running the event. It was a great opportunity for us to, I guess, for us to connect to these nonprofits, to connect to these individuals who want to do something, who want to advocate, who want to make change. And the same people who ran the summit ran a rally in Queens that had more than 700 people attend for No King's Day. So there are plenty of events that we are going to like that. This was only a few weeks ago, that we are attending and making sure the NASW word and name is heard, I guess, throughout these communities in New York.
And then we have the Advocacy Government Relations Committee, and I'll be quick on this one because I know that we have a little bit of time here, but I'll go more into depth later at the Policy Series event, later in the Unification Series. But basically, this is to decide our legislative agenda. They also plan our Capital Action Day, the AGR committee. Cheryl, shout out to you. She's on our AGR committee here in the room, so great to see you here. But if you want to join this, please email Gideon or myself, and we'll put some links in the chat when we're done speaking here as well. But the Advocacy and Government Relations Committee is, if you're interested in researching policy or getting more involved in advocating, that's the committee to join. So we'll go to the next one.
And then there is our Political Action through Candidate Election Committee. So this is the committee that very specifically deals with election and candidate endorsements. So NASW New York, we endorse candidates for every election cycle. And as I'm sure many of you are aware of right now, there are a lot of races going on. So we meet together to decide who we're prioritizing, who we are endorsing with the NASW donation money. I'm gonna just run through it really quickly, but we vote on who we want to endorse, and then we send them our endorsement money, and it's always a great sign. And Pace in general is always a very talkative, very into advocacy. So we love having Pace be a part of NASW New York. I know we are in a bit of a rush.
And then we recently released our date for Capital Action Day. It's Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. So there will be information about sponsorship, on how to partner with the event, because we need things like buses to get all our advocates there. We need lunch for all our advocates, and also we need advocates at the event to make their voices heard and to make a big impact at the Capitol, because then the legislature sees like, okay, the social workers mean business today. You know, they really want their bills passed. So it always is a great sign when we can get that big collective voice on that day. And so there'll be a lot of information coming out about the event, but we hope to see all of you beautiful people there.
Yeah, and to express it again, this is our big day. This is our important day. So although it's February 10th, we're already prepping. We're already trying to figure out registration. So you will be hearing from us soon for Capital Action Day, because that's really how you advocate for social workers in New York. Is you numbers win in politics. That's always how it is. So then just to end off really quickly, here's some of the resources we've been making as of recent. Normally these are going to get sent out into the policy corner outside of, for example, yesterday, this SNAP little resource that we made here. We sent that out yesterday just because we knew that the SNAP cuts in New York specifically were being put into place after the big beautiful bill, or big ugly bill, was voted for. And so these snap cuts are starting, not immediately, are starting to hit in New York, and we wanted to make sure that all of our base understood what was happening. So we can go over this in depth later in the policy series more, but there's plenty of things happening federally within New York State that we're going to make tons of resources and graphics for, just so you guys stay informed. That's definitely a big part of our job. And yeah, I think that's about it for us introducing ourselves. Again, thank you all so much for coming today and listening to us speak. And it is nice to meet all of you officially.
And we'll drop our emails in the chat just in case anyone wants to email us after this as well.
Okay, I'm up, y'all. Hi, I'm Angelique. I'm going to get started really quickly. But first, as you can see, we already have tons of ways that members can get involved, be it through our CE programming or through our advocacy and policy information. Give me 1 second as I share my screen. Bear with me. Okay, so right now we're going to be talking about community engagement at the NASW New York chapter. It's called CARES. Okay, who am I? My name is Angelique Imani Rodriguez. I'm the manager of membership engagement and special programs. I've been with NASW for about 8 years now. I started as a CE admin with the New York City chapter, and my role has grown as I've put in, tons of passion and love into the chapter's work. So CARES is a cornerstone initiative of the Unified NASW New York chapter, and it's an acronym that represents collaboration, advocacy, resources, engagement, and support. Our aim is to actively engage NASW New York members and social workers across the state through connection, professional support, and advocacy. It's an very easy way to begin getting involved with the chapter and get resources and information you need to continue to build your social work toolbox. Collaboration is at the heart of the CARES Pro initiative. We partner very much hand in hand with the NASW New York policy team and occasionally with the professional development coordinators. So that way our programming is consistently policy aligned, and there's also some occasional continuing CE opportunities throughout some of CARES programming. We also engage with our NASW New York committees and special interest groups, as well as the new NASW New York 14 regional divisions, to make sure that it's inclusive, and we also have a statewide presence. So what exactly does CARES do? We create statewide community engagement opportunities, events, and series throughout the program year. We foster connection and collaboration among social workers across all the regions of New York. And we provide tools and resources for advocacy, professional growth, well-being, while reinforcing the core values of the social work profession as told to us by the NASW Code of Ethics. Additionally, we want to support social workers today and tomorrow. So we aim to partner with social work students and academic programs throughout New York State. We aim to build lasting connections with social work organizations and agencies across New York State. And we also hope to strengthen the profession through these engagement resources and community support opportunities. These are just a few of our recent NASW New York CARES collaborative partners. We've worked with the Cattell Center, New York City Commission on Human Rights, Voting is Social Work, Center for Common Ground. Last November, before the election, we did a huge phone banking, multi-chapter phone banking event. We had a Pride series. We've had some really, really good opportunities and some amazing partners that we've worked with. Some of the programming of NASW New York CARES includes our biannual virtual social work job fairs. We just recently had one in July, which was our first as a unified chapter. We had 11 featured employers from across the state. Additionally, we also have a biannual senior series, which is a series of events that focuses on elders and senior social workers that serve social workers. Can someone let that person in, please? Biannual policy series with the NASW New York policy team. We've decided that every 2 times a year, we're going to be discussing what the policy team is doing, prepping folks for Capital Action Day, and making sure that people have the access to that particular information. Additionally, immigration series with the NASW New York Immigration and Global Social Work Collective is something we aim to continuously have, as well as our Pride series and our annual Social Work Month series held in March. Some things to know about NASW New York CARES. Unless otherwise indicated, most NASW New York CARES events do not offer CE contact hours. Again, occasionally we work with the professional development coordinator to offer CEs. Megan mentions some of the free CE opportunities that come in. Sometimes we collaborate on some of those. Unless otherwise indicated, most of these are free to attend. It will be notated if there is a cost, but most of these events are free to attend. And again, unless otherwise indicated, most NASW New York CARES events are open to all levels of social worker. You could be a student, you could be a retiree, you could be mid-career, you could be a new professional. We encourage you to join. These are just some upcoming NASW New York CARES events. We have some items coming up next week, specifically in partnership with CS, the Community Service Society of New York. We have policy shifts and coverage gaps, which is the OBA impact on New York State healthcare. They're going to inform us how the bill will impact healthcare across the state. In collaboration with the NASW New York Chapter Ethics Committee, we have advanced directives and ethical considerations in social work with Barbara Henry Priest. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Barbara. And in collaboration with the New York City Commission on Human Rights, we have a bystander intervention workshop on Wednesday, September 10th. You will all receive this information, any links that are dropped in the chat, as well as these slides I'll send out to you, and you'll be able to click on the graphic to access the registration for it. Some more items coming up. On September 17th, we are partnering with the Cattell Center on their phone Zap, on their pro-democracy community phone Zap. This is a phone banking opportunity. On September 17th, in partnership with the Community Service Society and EdCap, the Education Debt Consumer Assistance Program, we have an event around student loans after the big, beautiful bill. And we're working with the Ketamine Medical Center in October for an event understanding ketamine treatment. Some items to look forward to: save the date, November 3rd to November 7th. We're holding the Fall 2025 Policy Series. The Senior Series, which will be held in October, registration will be promoted by next week. We also have a November 2025 School Social Worker Series that we're coordinating and finalizing for that. And also I'm in planning for the Fall Winter 2025 to 2026 Currents issue, the Winter 2026 Virtual Social Work Job Fair, which will be held in January, planning for our Social Work Month series, which is in March. And we aim to have consistently an annual Rural Social Workers series. So I'll be working on that. I'm going to be tapping people on the shoulder. Expect some emails. Every Wednesday, the NASW New York chapter sends out our weekly email digest that has multiple sections created to provide organized information about what's going on, what's upcoming, and how you can get involved. So you'll have all of the NASW New York Cares opportunities, all of our upcoming continuing education webinars, and our test prep information. You'll have access to job listings, direct access to advocacy opportunities, as well as info on our NASW New York divisions. Please, oh, I'm sorry, I can't see this. Now that the NASW New York chapter is a fully unified presence, we are very hard at work looking at our program areas and creating ways to enhance and improve the member experience. We really want to thank you for your patience as we continue to navigate this process. We look forward to engaging with you at our events. If you have ideas or would like to host an NASW New York Cares event, if you say, you know, I have this organization, I think they would be great to partner, please make sure to reach out. I'm here with an open ear. I love to get information. We can get this out to New York State social workers. Here's some, if you need, I'll send this out again, once again, but also make sure you're following us on social media. We have a Blue Sky, LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as Instagram, and that is the direct email address to the CARES initiative. Okay, give me one moment, y'all. This, I'm gonna play a recording from one of our staff members who was unable to be with us today. Her name is Kelly Calliope Moscow. She's the executive assistant and the coordinator for chapter relations. So just let me play this for you guys.
You didn't share sound?
No sound.
Yeah, there's no sound.
We can't hear it. Give me 1 second. I'll redo it. Apologies for that, everybody. Bam, share sounds.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Moscos, and I am the executive assistant and coordinator of chapter relations of NASW New York. I am sorry I'm not able to join you live today, but I want to thank you all so much for attending the Kickoff Unification Thursday's first event, Meet the NASW New York team. One of my responsibilities at the chapter is supporting member relations by responding to inquiries from members and the public. To ensure you receive the answers you need on continuing education and other general questions, please send us an email at info.naswny@socialworkerswithans.org. I am also the chapter liaison to the NASW New York Committee on Nominations and Leadership Identification, CNLI. I assist the committee to successfully secure the new leadership of the chapter. One way to be involved with the chapter and to make a difference is to run for chapter office. Please note that we will announce and accept applications for the NASW New York Board of Directors positions available for the next program year in October or early November. Another committee that I act as a liaison to is the Social Work Awards Committee. The purpose of the Social Work Awards Committee awards is to celebrate the important work of social workers, raise awareness for the profession, and highlight the tenets of social work ethics and values. If you know of an outstanding social individual that has went above and beyond, or one yourself, we will have all the information you need on our website to nominate a candidate in early October. The winners will be celebrated in March 2025 during Social Work Month, and we would love to have you join us then. In addition, I am responsible for the record keeping of the Board of Directors documents for compliance purposes. These are just a few of my tasks at the chapter. I look forward to interacting with you all in the future. I would also like to thank each of you for being a member. We truly appreciate your dedication and support as members. You are the backbone of NASW. Thank you again and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And it's my pleasure to introduce another member of our admin team, Takara Emanuel. Takara, whenever you're ready, you can unmute.
Hi, everyone. My name is Takari Emanuel, and I serve as the Membership Associate and Division Liaison here at NASW New York. Just like Megan mentioned, I too am fairly new in comparison to some of my colleagues. I started in January, and it's been a great ride so far. I've learned so much and helped so many non-members gain membership. Some fun facts about me: I'm a mom to a toddler and 3 dogs. I recently picked up the hobby of adult coloring, which has been very calming for me. And I absolutely hate cold weather. So not looking forward to the winter at all. In my role as membership associate, I support our members throughout their journey. I help answer questions, connect members with resources, and I make sure they're getting the most out of their membership. In my role as division liaison, which is a newer role that I recently stepped into, I work with our division leaders across New York State and Staten Island. We currently have 14 divisions, which consist of the Bronx, Brooklyn, Central, Genesee Valley, Hudson Valley, Manhattan, Nassau, Northeast, Queens, Staten Island, Suffolk, Westchester, and Western. Our Mohawk Valley division is currently vacant. So if you know anyone, let them know. We have an open opportunity. My job is basically to support helping plan meetings, engaging their local communities, and creating spaces for connection, education, and professional growth. So I'm here to support our divisions and make sure they have all the resources and tools that they need to thrive in their roles. Overall, my focus is helping members feel connected not only to the state chapter, but also to their local division. So if you ever have any questions regarding your membership, or you want to get more involved in your division, I'm happy to be a resource. And I'm really excited to be here tonight and connect with all of you. So thank you. Dr. Kennedy is going to talk about Natalia.
Yes. So thank you so much, Takara. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So I would be remiss if I did not talk about our business manager, Natalia Sandal. Natalia has been with NASW New York State chapter originally for over 10 years. And she has been our business manager. Amazing. Natalia is someone who loves numbers. So she is in the right position. She's the one, if you have any refunds issues or just anything around funding, Natalia is the person to essentially reach out to. And she is an amazing person and also an amazing employee. And I hope you will be able to get to see her and or meet with her, talk to her on the phone. She is someone that will provide the best customer service for you. She is camera shy and she was not able to be here today. So she didn't record a video and she could not make it today. But I wanted to let you know that we do who is here to also assist you with your needs. Angelique?
So one of the things that I brought up in my, thank you so much, Dr. Kennedy. I wanted to also bring up Tanisha, who's been really supportive to the staff around this unification. I'm sorry, did somebody unmute? So I, once again, wanted to shout out Tanisha, who is an incredible addition to the team and has been really supportive to the team as we transition to like a new website and all the technical things. She's a godsend. I did mention currents Currents is the biannual newsletter at the chapter. Please be aware that submissions will be open at towards the end of the month. We encourage you to submit an article. There's 3 ways to get involved. You can submit an article, you can submit something to the community corner, which is basically just giving us an idea of local community initiatives in your area and your neighborhoods, things like that that you'd like to share with your fellow social workers, or you can place an ad. We do want to open it up if anybody has any questions, any comments, anything that they want to see at the chapter, anything that they would like to share. Please feel free to raise your hand, unmute, drop it in the chat, whatever that feels most comfortable to you.
We're also open to taking comments. So if you may not have a question, we welcome comments as well.
Anything you'd like to see at the chapter, anything you'd like for us to implement, ideas you have?
We'll give it a minute. I will say, as I said, we talked about some of our upcoming CE programming. We're working on the conference. We have some CARES items that are coming up. If any way that you can get involved, feel free to reach out to us through the emails that we'll be providing. All of the registrants of this, all of our members will be receiving an email with all of this information that we shared today, from our email addresses to the programming that we're doing and ways to get further engaged in the chapter. Is there anything in the chat? Great information, helps me to understand NASW New York services better. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. We were very excited for this event. The entire staff talked about it this morning. We're very excited to share this information with all of you. Amanda?
Yeah, I have one more thing. So I'm excited to talk about our Capital Action Day coming up here at our September 25th event a little bit more. But last year was the first time I ever did this annual advocacy event at Capital Action Day. And it was amazing to hear all the feedback of everyone that came and just to experience that for the first time. And now that we're going around for the second round, we've got some feedback that people would like to see a training for advocacy on, like, if you've never done anything like that, how to even step inside the room. And so I'm really excited that we're able to provide that training this fall in the policy series as well. And so, for anyone who is looking to come to CAD and they might not think that they've ever done advocacy and they feel a little scared, or if you have gone to CAD in the past and you have some more feedback to provide on things you'd like to see, now we have a little bit of a head start to get that done. But yeah, I'd love if anyone would reach out to me about how to get involved in CAD, feel free, because that is our big hoorah in Albany.
So Takara, before you go, we do have a comment from Miss Pamela Reeves Machorwa. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, my dear. Well, this is my first NASW New York meeting, but I am an experienced advocate and would like to learn more about your advocacy program. Pamela, we welcome you. The policy team will drop their email address in that reply for you. Takara, whenever you're ready.
I just wanted to kind of piggyback off of Amanda talking about CAD, because Elaine is in the room with us, and I wanted to shout out Elaine because for this CAD in this past February, she put together a bus transportation to have students bus down, and it was such a good event, and we just really appreciate what you did in your role as a division director. And so yeah, it's just exciting.
That bus was most definitely a saving grace. So thank you so much again, Elaine.
And we do have another division director here, Ms. DeBolt. Welcome, Ms. D. Thanks
for being here.
I'm at another game.
Thank you for
I
being here.
know. Misty is always on the go, but always finds time to call in or just lend a suggestion and air. So we appreciate you as well. So
We
thank you.
do. We do.
You're welcome. And just quick, I'm Genesee Valley Region. So if anybody needs anything or wants to collaborate, let me know.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Starting next week in our weekly digest, there will be a division section where you'll be able to access who the division directors are, when the division meetings are happening, and whenever there's a special division event, we'll also include it there for you as well. So you'll always have access to information about what's happening locally in your division. Also, there are 3 other events of our Unification Thursdays. September 11th, the first one we'll be meeting our board members and our division directors in more depth. You'll be able to ask them questions and kind of engage with them there. On the 18th, we'll be engaging with our special interest groups and committees and going over how you can get engaged with them or even start your own special interest group with the chapter. And last, on September 25th, we'll be having an event with the policy team where they'll dig in a little deeper into all of the information they supplied with you for you today, including Capital Action Day, PACE, AGR, and ways that members can get involved. So we really do look forward to that. I'm leaving the space open for any questions, comments, feedback. We welcome it all. Okay, we have a comment. Oh, thanks, Elaine. We have a comment that says, appreciate meeting all of the chapter staff and understanding your roles. It is nice to put faces with names. I do believe that as well. So I love that. Wonderful, wonderful. Of course, Elaine, our rock star, she's amazing. Okay, we'll leave it for just another minute or so, and maybe we'll let you guys skedaddle a little early if there's nothing else. Thank you. I look forward to more info about advocacy. That's Melissa Bryan in the chat. Thank you, Melissa. We look forward to engaging with you. We encourage, again, as Gideon was so kind to say, it does take numbers. It does take us showing up in numbers to make an impact. So spread the word for your other NASW New York members. Get them involved. Get your friends to become members. We would love the support and love to see everyone get involved in that way. I found it hard to find the divisions on the new website. Can it be clearer on the site? It's probably under about, but we'll make a note of that as we're navigating the new website. Elaine, thank you for that feedback. All right, everyone, we're just going to give it another minute. Once again, you'll get access to the registration for the last of the, actually, Takara just dropped the link in the chat for you, Elaine, if you want to take a look at that. Once again, we'll send out more information about how you can register for the remaining Unification Thursdays. Make sure you're getting involved with your divisions. Make sure you're accessing our CEs. Make sure you're logging in to make sure you get those discounts, members. Also, engage with our CARES events, get the resources and the information that you need to support you in your profession. We welcome you to all of our events, of course. Once again, we want to thank you for being here with all of us. Dr. Kennedy, do you have any last words before I stop the recording?
Absolutely. We want you to get engaged. Nothing without you. Nothing about you without you, right? And I think that's really important. We are really trying to get NASW New York out so people know who we are. We are here, and we're here to service the communities that we serve. And that's upstate and downstate. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Let us know if there's something you'd like to see, something you think we could have done differently. You know, we're trying to do it all to make sure that we are touching every aspect of social work. And we have many more ideas and programming coming up. So we're really looking forward to your engagement and also participation. So thank you so much for coming and joining us.
So I just want to touch one last thing. I'm sorry, before I know this was your last words, but in terms of the divisions, there are some limitations to what we can do as a staff on the new website. So unfortunately, it will probably remain under the About tab, guys. I'm sorry about that. Thank you once again for everyone showing. Let me stop the recording.